Before we dive into today's topic, take a second to hit subscribe. Your support helps us keep researching and making these videos. Today, we're looking at lost knowledge, the gaps in our collective memory where important works simply vanished. For centuries, keeping a text alive meant physically protecting it from fire, water, and time. Even William Shakespeare was vulnerable to this. We know he wrote a play based on Don Quixote, called Cardenio, and another titled Love's Labor Won. We have the titles, but the physical manuscripts are gone. The 37 Shakespeare plays we read today survived because they were compiled and printed as the first folio in 1623. Until recently, human memory relied on this physical lottery. If a piece of fragile ink and paper survived the centuries, the knowledge lived. But if it burned, that knowledge died. The early internet seemed to solve this problem permanently. In 1993, MIT released the complete works of Shakespeare in basic HTML. Once a text was hosted on a server, it felt indestructible. But basic HTML is a flat medium. Modern scholarship requires more than a digital scroll. Researchers need to cross-reference 154 sonnets and map vast authorship debates involving figures like Thomas Watson and John Webster. To handle that data, academics build digital editions. These are highly engineered software ecosystems that use specialized markup languages to link original source texts with modern research, footnotes, and translations. However, this complexity creates a hidden crisis. A paper book from 1623 can sit on a shelf for 400 years and remain legible. A complex software ecosystem breaks if its servers and databases aren't actively maintained. Without constant funding and software updates, digital archives are often more fragile than paper. The Voltaire Studio project illustrates the scale of this challenge. The team is digitizing the complete writings of the 18th century philosopher Voltaire, reimagining a massive paper archive as an interconnected digital tool. Editors use an XML workflow to encode the text, allowing the architecture to link Voltaire's original writings to his personal marginalia, historical timelines, and related biographies. Maintaining this architecture requires software engineers and specialized editors. In a hybrid system, the basic text of a historical document is provided through open access for free. The specialized critical apparatus, the detailed notes and text variants, is placed behind a subscription paywall to fund the project's maintenance. Smaller projects often use the cooperative model as an alternative survival strategy. Instead of one university managing everything, a cooperative divides the labor. One institution hosts the technical publishing platform, while a different institution handles the content, building the specific data visualizations. Sharing resources lowers the individual overhead for everyone. Digital survival requires moving past the lone scholar mindset in favor of shared financial and technical ecosystems. When these technical hurdles are cleared, a text becomes a living archive, an active hub for an ongoing community rather than a static database. The Teachers College Record, or TCR, made this transition. It began as a printed journal in 1900 and has evolved into a highly interactive digital presence. TCR integrated multimedia directly into their publication model, moving beyond simple document uploads. Authors who publish text articles now also record video summaries of their findings for a series called The Voice. The journal uses social platforms to build reciprocal relationships, tracking reader data to curate special collections, and tagging institutions to spark dialogue. The archive actively engages with its audience. This chart shows the annual volume of digital scholarly editions cataloged over several decades. The upward trend confirms that as these financial and software models take root, academic institutions are producing more of these complex archives every year. From the first folio to the modern server, the ultimate purpose of preservation is to ensure human knowledge remains an active, collaborative, and accessible part of our culture.